a bit of an aside. This is not, I'll test you. But the Ramat Gan Stadium, does anybody know what that is? The Ramat Gan Stadium is the stadium that Israel and England played a few weeks ago when they drew 0-0 in the European Championship qualifying. Now the reason I raised this is because it was something I heard on the radio at the time. But Ramat Gan is a town just outside Tel Aviv. Now if you had read the papers, you would have said that the match happened in Tel Aviv. It didn't. It happened in Ramat Gan. And Ramat Gan is twinned with, believe it or not, Barnet. I was absolutely shocked. Why on earth a place so unknown, so innocuous, be twinned with Barnet? Well, I raise this because Michael is the only councillor ever to bring forward a motion to twin not with an unknown town in the middle of nowhere, to twin with a city that deserves our support, our solidarity, a city called Nablus in Palestine. And I commend him for doing such an act. I've been thinking about the victory that we had 4 years ago and George's famous victory a couple of years ago. And I was trying to think of a reason and possibly a recipe for success. And maybe the recipe for success is a Scottish accent supporting Glasgow Celtic. Because I've stood up twice and lost. And I have a broad Lancashire accent and support Preston North End. But anyway, the Labour Party are trying really hard to not get this man back where he deserves, which is in council. And the kinds of tactics that they're using, I don't even want to tell you. I mean, it's just rubbish. But some of the things, I mean, I hear it all. I mean, I knock on the doors and we canvass. And some of the things that they were saying 4 years ago was that he's a communist, he's a Trotsky. I don't know, what does that mean? I didn't understand what it meant. And then when I stood, I was a Muslim extremist, you know, and so when they were knocking on white doors, I was a Muslim extremist. And now, believe it or not, he's a Muslim. If you actually knock on some of the white doors, you become a Muslim. So, so like I said, Labour are trying really hard to undermine our support and trying not to get the vote out next week. So for me, I can say as an individual, not outside the ward, I can speak for many people within Preston. I think the whole country will be watching what happens in the town centre ward next week, because what happens in the town centre ward will send shockwaves, will send a message throughout the country, which will say that we are against all these policies, the policies that have taken us to war in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and throughout the world, and has caused so much hardship and suffering throughout the world. So I hope for one, and we all hope, that we re-elect Michael Ladleth next week for Preston City Council as a Respect candidate.